Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Today I'd like to talk to you about a great movie that recently came out called Avengers Infinity War. Yes, it's out, and yes, I recently just saw it this past opening weekend. Okay, so this is going to be a spoiler-free review. If you did not see the movie, don't worry, I won't spoil anything major. Just a couple plot points I'm going to have to talk about, character grouping, stuff like that. So if you really want to know nothing about this movie, then do not watch this video. Give it a thumbs up though for telling you about it. Anyways, I'm just saying, if you don't want to know anything about the movie, do not watch this. Just go see it, it's amazing, and then come back and you can watch this movie. But if you're okay with having a couple little things spoiled, then stay tuned and keep watching. Anyway, so what I thought about the movie. I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a really fun movie. Yes, there is a ton of characters, absolutely crazy amount of characters, but it works pretty well, to be honest. I think it works great. The character groupings are pretty fun. My personal favorite is definitely the Tony Stark, Stephen Strange, Doctor Strange pairing. You know, those two coming together is really fun. You got the most arrogant characters in all of the MCU coming together and just butting heads 24/7. It's super fun to watch. They're super entertaining. They're both very egotistical and fun and just really pretty cool to see. It's just, you don't really see those type of characters coming together. So it's really interesting to see those character dynamics and how they work. And that's really the best pairing. They're hilarious. Also, Thor and the Guardians works pretty well. He doesn't spend a lot of time with all of the Guardians. He spends a lot of time with Rocket Raccoon, which him and Rocket Raccoon are a really great pairing as well. It's an odd pairing. You don't think of Thor and Rocket Raccoon working out well, but they do. You kind of think of Thor as a very godly kind of being, and Rocket Raccoon, well, he's a raccoon and he's mischievous and gets the Guardians into a lot of trouble, and Thor's kind of the complete opposite of Rocket Raccoon, but they actually work quite well together. I was pleasantly surprised by that one. So let's talk about the big elephant in the room, Thanos. Oh man, I don't even know where to start with Thanos. There is so much to his character. Oh man, they did a lot, and I love what they did with Thanos, I'll be completely honest. It works. Everything they do works. They explore relationships with him and a few characters, and you really get a sense for who he is. They try and humanize him, and it works quite well. He's fairly relatable. He's not just an evil killing machine. A couple points in the movie where he does kill, but he only does it when it's in the way of his plan. He won't just kill someone for fun. He has a grand plan, and that plan is, well, to acquire all the Infinity Stones. So if you're in his way, well, then he's probably going to kill you. But if he likes you, he will spare you. So that's an interesting point that you don't think about. Because when I went into this movie, I didn't know what they were going to do with Thanos, but I pictured him as just this mad titan who would just be, well, causing destruction in his wake and killing a lot of MCU characters that we love. But he didn't necessarily do that. Yes, there is death in this movie, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it. And it does a really good job setting that up. A few characters die in a certain specific way, and then another bunch of characters die in another specific way. I won't give away any of that, but you have to watch the movie and then you'll get what I'm saying. But Thanos is really not that bad of a guy. He has a plan, and he needs to fulfill that plan. To fulfill this plan, he needs all 6 Infinity Stones. So you can see where he's coming from. Just he's very psychotic on how he tries to achieve that plan. So that's the kind of thing about Thanos. He's a great villain. He's very strong. Sometimes, in my opinion, a little overpowered. But, I mean, he has the stones, so you can't really fault it all the time. There's other little things I don't like about the movie, about power and stuff like that, and how strong some characters are. In my opinion, Scarlet Witch and Vision are two of the strongest characters. Like, they are ridiculously strong. Scarlet Witch can take out almost anybody, really. She's very strong. And same with Vision. but sometimes they seem very, very weak. And people like, well, the weakest Avenger is probably Black Widow. She has no powers. She's tiny. Yes, she's a super spy and all that. She's super smart and she's very good at combat. But when you're going up against alien beings who can just throw around vision like it's nothing, I'm sorry, but there's no chance you have. Even Captain America, yes, he's strong. He's amazing. He's Captain America. But he's only so strong. He's not as strong as Vision. There's no way. Vision is ridiculously strong. So, there's some points to this movie where you have to kind of not think about that. But for the most part, this movie is really good. The ending is absolutely crazy. If you haven't heard about it by now, it is pretty shocking. I can't really say anything about the ending. It's shocking. Watch it. I was shocked mostly throughout this movie because in all 18 MCU movies before this one being the 19th, they went a totally different way. There was kind of a happy beginning, something happens, kind of the whole, like every other movie kind of starts off nice, goes up, kind of has like a little climax point, and then it kind of goes down from there, and then it kind of ends on a high note. That's pretty much how every movie goes. The first act sets it up, the second act kind of builds towards the third act ends everything and closes out good. Everything's good, happy, get back to your life. Walk out the theater going, I feel good, that was a good movie, I feel nice and happy. This movie does not do any of that. Even the very first scene to this movie is just a much different scene than we're used to. It's much different. There is death in this very first scene. And it wasn't shocking to me because I kind of figured that what happened would happen. But if you don't read into theories and you don't really think about this stuff, you will be shocked for sure. Even if you do, you might still be shocked. I don't know, but it's definitely different than all MCU movies. You're used to, being happy and it's almost like a kid movie. This is not really a kid movie. You can bring your kid to see it, but your kid's going to be pretty sad at the end of this movie. Where if he saw Spider-Man, he's going to be super happy at the end of that movie. That movie was really not sad. No one died or anything. Like, nothing that bad happened. The worst that happened was someone got arrested. That's really it. Nothing really happened bad in that movie. But in this movie, it is a totally different case. There is a lot of death in this movie. So, there you have it. That's kind of what I thought of Avengers Infinity War. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Super fun, and I saw this movie a few days ago, and I still keep thinking about it. So it definitely leaves a lasting impression on you. Again, go watch this movie. If you haven't already, please watch it. It's super fun. It's fantastic, and I can almost guarantee you'll have a good time. If you enjoy superhero movies, you're gonna have a good time. If you're a critic, I think you'll still have a good time, but you'll probably only give it a 7. But if you're a fan and you enjoy MCU movies, you're probably going to give this an 8, 9, 10. It's a fantastic movie. Go see it. And remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment, share, do what you must. Anyway, stay safe. Go see this movie. And until next time, see you later.